Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a little bit of a kind of a cool big announcement going over here. We're going to probably see a lot of people go talk about when it comes to the upcoming PlayStation 5 next big major showcase, as well as also some kind of other really just random general news. It's been a little of a quieter news day going on out throughout today, but we're going to go talk about some kind of big issues when it comes to brand new game leaks, some AI stuff, and as well a bit more of the fallout when it comes to other big gaming conventions such as E3 too. So we got a lot of random things to go talk about. If you guys are all having a nice little comfy night, and of course as well, I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We'll leave a like and your thoughts and comments down below, and let's talk about some very, very interesting things. So very first and foremost, as you guys have probably heard, E3 has been, well, technically canceled. So right now, E3 2023 is not happening. It's not ongoing, and I'm a little bit sad to go and admit that and know that. When it comes to all these types of games too, we're still expecting a lot more game announcements, big gaming announcements, Microsoft, PlayStation, and even Nintendo announcements. But once again, we're now seeing a few more leaks and kind of more direct dates when it comes to all these things. Now, we've also still been rumored for a PlayStation event too. It's very much on the overdue side. So right now, we're kind of just seeing other people and other leakers and all that stuff, trying their best to go and chime in some other big events over here. So good examples maybe from Jeff Grubb over here, which is, I always kind of go and say for this stuff, kind of expect it, especially with the E3, usually just kind of, it's like just a lot of trends a lot of the times. And typically we've seen people saying, oh, around March, there might be an event. Okay, around maybe April, there might be an event. Okay, there might be around May, there'll be an event. It just keeps on getting like kind of pile-locked over here. But for now, all these kind of big things with them are saying E3 is all around gone too as well, with other dates too on top of this, such as the Summer Games Fest, which is, if you guys have been seeing the promotion, it's been hilarious. Basically, Jeff Keighley has just been nonstop. He's been sending out emails saying, hey, thank God Summer Games Fest is not dead. Jesus, I feel like E3, like their press, the CEO probably despises that man with every passion of his being. But basically, we're sending out emails, multiple different tweets, responding to like the press articles from the IGNs and Kotakus and stuff like that. Basically going like, yeah, guess what? We still have our showcase is going on pretty good. Funding's looking nice. Our show is ready in the works. And well, E3 is just basically being poked as it's basically lying dead on the ground. Not been a fun time for them. I have not been happy with that. It's been very, very sad for them, and I will feel just very, very, very bad. But as you guys can see, we have the night 3 days of play. We have the Summer Games Fest, which I think most folks right now are getting mostly excited for on June 8th, and of course, the Xbox plus Bethesda Showcase, mainly as we're kind of trying to find more information on Starfield, and then maybe the next like 12 months, depending on how they want to do this event. Like we keep on seeing, they're going to probably want to do more like Fallout stuff, more proper stuff, and I just want to see maybe more like Fable news or just any other IP. We do have Redfall, we do have Starfield, we have all these other big games. We need a little bit more, so hopefully they can kind of pad out the rest of the year with maybe more indie stuff. Once again, it's not fully confirmed that they're going to be doing like a proper Xbox showcase. We'll have more information on that very soon. And then last but not least, obviously, the Ubisoft Forum. Now, we also still have a few months away from all these big showcases. We'll talk about the PlayStation 1 in a second. But for all this, we're just going to wait and see if there's going to be a few more. We're still waiting for, like, Sega. We're still waiting for EA. Still waiting for other various, like, PC Game Awards shows, too. Like, Devolver Digital always does a really unhinged event, too, as well. Like, we see all this type of stuff, so we're just waiting to hear more. And it just kind of goes to show that we really don't need E3. Like, this could unironically literally just be E3 right here, right now. Like, if you guys literally look on the screen, this could just be E3 if they just moved it 2 days earlier. Like, it's just rude. Like, in all honesty, like, E3 itself would have literally just been through, like, about, like, 4 days after the Summer Games Fest. Like, these people just don't care. Like, they just gave up on E3. It's actually kind of funny in a really sad way, because I always liked E3. E3 was a fun gaming event. It was cool to be around. But, well, like I said, this could literally just be E3. Like, they literally just interchange the names. They just don't care. Like, it's kind of crazy. But either way, the big thing on this is going to be on the PlayStation Showcase. So we've been waiting for a lot more, because we're waiting to pad out a few of the other various things, such as number one, we want to go and make sure that, well, first and foremost, Spider-Man news. We wanted the release dates. They have had leaks that they for sure want to do it this fall, have not talked about it. Final Fantasy 16, maybe do a little bit of a showcase of proper gameplay for that. They've had a little bit on different things, maybe like more of those deeper dives like we got before Horizon or God of War came out. And as well, there has to be some sort of filler games. Like, it's very nice for us to have games like Wolverine in the back burner. But once again, Wolverine could even be a big front case showcase for the PlayStation Showcase event. And a reminder, a PlayStation Showcase is a lot different than a State of Play whenever this is rumored to be showing up. State of Play is more of like, here's a few indie games, maybe here's a few highlights. We do these kind of a lot every few months, and they're usually nice. Like, they're cool to watch, but we don't usually get like banger games or like, oh my god, we can't wait to play this. But when it does come to PlayStation Showcase, though, this actually might be the time where the next year and a half, we might actually see more release dates, more information, more everything. And that's what I'm excited for, and I think that's what a lot of folks are excited for too. Because yeah, Xbox literally has something 3 days after the fact. So for them, they want to probably maybe, if I was PlayStation, I almost want to do it maybe like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, let the media cycle kind of have like, it's like 5 or 6 day cycle, and then be like, okay, you guys want to go E3? We had our times, we had our vibes, we're all good to go. So Xbox itself would also be right afterwards. So that's why, like, if you have the Summer Games Fest, that's good, but if like we have Starfield's going to be the big heavy hitter 2 or 3 days after the fact. So it's a very intriguing to see this, but it does seem like the PlayStation event, we've been hearing a lot more leaks, rumors. It would make sense in terms of previous year lineups, and as well, usually with E3 and the typical PlayStation and Xbox competitiveness, is that they do want to get stuff done. Like, they still want to go and compete. They still want to work on things nonetheless. So it's very, very intriguing to see nonetheless, and well, let's go and see what happens. Are you guys excited for the upcoming PlayStation event too? Because I kind of want to hear what you guys have to go and say. Now, it's also going to go some stems side too to E3, where the fallout of E3 has been a little bit more showcased. So as you guys know, and probably heard me just go and say, or even watch the videos, E3 is now officially donezo, at least for this year. Now, I'm assuming after 3 years of issues afterwards, it'll be a little bit on the harder side for sure, but we can kind of see the vibe and kind of see what's going on with it. I am not too hyped with it. But now we're also seeing some rumors now that E3 just basically was not able to go get any outside like business deals and partnerships. Maybe they did, they're just really mediocre, but some of the leaks that have been coming out basically are saying that E3 was just not able to make money. Like, there was interest there. There's like social media following there. Obviously, people care about E3 being canceled because there was just a wave of tweets, messages, even in response to my own video, like Reddit post and everything in between. So people obviously do care about E3. They care about the event, but they just were not able to go turn to like a profitable business. It's also very expensive too for hosting, because you also have to pay money for people that are like artists who want to have their own booths, or like indie games that want to go and promote stuff. Think like a PAX or TwitchCon. Like, you have to literally have people paying for this, because you can't go and spend, let's say, $10 million on a huge gaming expo hall and have staff and have food and have laws and taxes and business and marketing and whatever it takes, all that. And then you also don't sell out the venue, because then people at the actual event itself are not having things to do. They'll get bored. If you don't sell all the actual like games and these companies and these booths and all of that, then guess what? You're still have floor space that's not being utilized, so you're technically wasting money. It's a really hard business venture to make these conventions actually be profitable and worthwhile, and it does kind of seem like E3 on the both like normal retailer side, so such as people going to the event itself, had a lot of issues, then also people physically there in terms of like Sega, Nintendo, Xbox, and all of them working also had a lot of issues too. So it just kind of seems like E3 has just been kind of coming out where they just couldn't lock in good deals, couldn't get the favorable runs, and I do think them canceling for like those 2 years, 3 years in the past few years has kind of ruined everything. Like, it's not been good. It's been really, really bad. So it's sad to see this. At least we have a PlayStation event coming and Xbox event coming soon too as well, but geez, not going well. Now, I've also been seeing a lot more, funny enough, on AI, and I almost want to make a separate video on this in the future, where AI has actually been getting a lot more skeptical. Now, AI has been kind of nice for some people, either filling in games and game coding and everything else. I think that's nice. I think that's cool. But one of the bigger issues with this is that, well, I don't know. Like, it's just, if you don't have to pay your employees, such as voice actors or talent, or maybe you give them like 20 lines and you say, be there, then why, and then they just have AI just go and code up all the audio for you. You don't need to pay the premiums. You'd be like, hey, yo, like Keanu Reeves, give me $5K and like 3 minutes of your time, I'll go get it done. So it's really weird, because a lot of voice actors are just not with AI. And I do think a lot of the creative sides are also on this. So if you think someone who like maybe does commissions, does 3D modeling, maybe does certain things like drawings and pictures, they don't really want to have to go and deal with this. They don't want to be the guy that has their work replaced. Same with a lot of engineers and coders and producers who have to go and deal with this script for all this writing. And it's kind of weird, because even things like Ubisoft are now starting to use AI tools for script writing, and basically starting to get used a lot more in art, in voice acting, and everything else in between. And apparently High on Life even used AI for both art and voice acting, and AI voice cloning, as well as also been being used for mods. Like, some people have actually even used my voice, funny enough, on my Twitch stream as things to meme and troll on me, using my own voice for text-to-speech. And it actually doesn't sound that bad, funny enough. You guys probably miss a lot of weird stuff over here. But I will go and say that a lot of the AI actors are not happy with these deployments. I almost want to talk about how AI can both change and also ruin stuff in the future, because there's a lot of just interesting stuff coming out in general. And last but not least, we also have a little bit more information on the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. If you guys are curious in this one, I'm a little bit excited, although I never even saw the movie, didn't care, but I'm sure a lot of people said it. But a lot of these Ubisoft leakers came out stating that they actually have brand more details for the game's production sheet. The game's going to be centered around a Na'vi child who was abducted by the RDA and trained to serve them in their conquest of Pandora. The plot largely seems like a copy and paste of the first movie, as it focuses on the unnamed protagonist as well, trying to go and save the world, connect with his people, and all that type of stuff. So it's cool. Like, you have a chance to go literally play the characters in an open like world type style game. You can go and do with all these different, like, I don't know, it just seems cool. Like, it seems nice. I'm not really the most hyped up for this game too, but at least some big games are coming out and being leaked, as we're still waiting for more, I guess, like the next big step of big gaming leaks and remakes and all that type of stuff. So a little bit more of just like a laid back video too as well for the weekend. I hope you guys do have a good weekend. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Target links down below, Amazon links too for all the consoles, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.